Rodney. 7 months and 12 days. Motherfuckers counting. You know? And counting. Ah, man, I'm still lingering with this shit. It's like a cold, it feels like. You know? Like you can't shake it. And I know it'll slowly go away. Oh, you know, like, now that I think about it, you can't walk into the woods a couple months and expect to get out in a week, 2 weeks. So maybe I just use that same approach. Revamp my recovery. It's good to go to a meeting yesterday with my sponsor and sit there, you know, and see some of the people that I haven't seen in a little bit. Too specific. It was good to see them. And it was just good to hear the messages I heard. I heard something this morning when I had my little tiny break after getting ready and waiting for Malia. Jordan Peterson said that when people say they just want happiness, he said just? It's all you want is happiness, which is like impossible. There's so many different variations of that. And what people really want is to go through life not so miserable. You know, and I'm paraphrasing, right? Because I liked how he said it way better, but I agree with him. There was a time that I said, all I want is happiness. You know how ridiculous that sounds? Like, do nothing, just be happy. Like, what people want is an adventure. You know, I look at these last couple of months, and it was like a fucking adventure, you know? Where it turned into like what one person saw, another person saw differently. And as long as I know what was in my heart, then that's all that matters. And having to explain myself when people aren't going to listen anyways, they're going to have their own views of what I am or what I was anyways. It's pointless. And so all I wanted was to feel happy, and there you go. I wanted to feel happy, giddy, companionship, you know. Right person, wrong time. Man, I'll tell you, I know right person, wrong time, like all too well. Because this person wasn't a bad person at all. They're not. Even if they're saying stuff about me, they're not a bad person. They want me to be a bad person. They want to make me out as a bad person. So, if somebody could get to know me, then make the judgment of me. But it doesn't matter. I worry about what people think so much that even clean, you know, as I continue my journey of being clean, I still want that. It's the reason I was getting loaded all the time. Was one of them. And it wasn't like I was getting loaded for people to like me, but you know, if I really go back let's talk about something else. If I really go back, and I think back to when I was a kid, to when, like, you know, we didn't have hot water sometimes, so we couldn't shower. I didn't have all the cool clothes all the kids had, and I just wanted to be accepted by all the kids at school, and I was picked on and everything, you know, for a lot of reasons, you know, and a lot of it was because I didn't have the things that these kids had. You know, I don't blame my parents for that. My dad did the best he could. My mom had no idea how to do what, you know, she's from another country, you know. You know, which was like, probably to her, we had more than enough. Now that I think about it, fuck, man, her growing up, who knows what the fuck she had, because I'd never met any of that side of the family. They probably didn't have shit, man. The shit we had, we were lucky to have, is the way she would have looked at it. So here we are, struggling, like, damn, man, we don't have enough food. She's probably thinking, man, I didn't have any food. Water and rice. Y'all got bread. Dang. Fuck, man, you guys made it. Who knows? I'll never be able to have that conversation with her. But, you know, I never thought of it that way. I just always, you know, but back to what I was saying. Yeah, kids made fun of me for the way I looked, you know, the clothes I had, or if I was dirty. I wasn't like a fucking gangster, so I was an easy target. I remember one time I was walking by, and I don't even remember his name, but somebody went to give me dab, and they were like, don't give him dab, he's our punching bag. And then everybody in class laughed. You know, or the time that I got slapped in the face by fucking I don't need to go into detail this isn't about that. Just always wanted to be accepted by others. You know. So I tend to find the wrong people, the right people at the wrong time. I don't know. Wrong people at the wrong time. Maybe I should just start saying that. Because the reality is, all you got to do is fucking say some nice things to me, and I want to be your friend. I want to be like, you know, say these things to me, and fucking, that's all I want. Validation. You know, and I sit here day in, day out, knowing the answer to that. I only need the validation of my higher power. I only need the validation of my kids. You know, only need. But there's that want. There's that want. You know, I know I'm a giving person. I know I'm a nice person. I know I have a big heart. Like, none of that is taken away. You know, I hear these stories of what people do in active addiction. I don't have that story. You know, I didn't steal. I stole pills. You know, I didn't, but, you know, make no mistake, when I get loaded, I was a fucking asshole. Passive aggressive. Say shit off the side of my neck. You know. Never successful at that either. And so I guess that's where I'm at, you know, like I start talking to somebody and they start calling me nice things. Somebody once called me gorgeous. I'd never heard that before. I mean, that shit fucking, that owned my ass for sure. But then you know, I can think back to somebody calling me amazing. That fucking owned me enough to where I couldn't understand why they, you know, like, doesn't matter. I'm not going to go into detail of that either. But I don't want to, like, fucking move forward and, like, somebody says something nice to me and they're being genuine and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Fucking please. I don't want to be that person either. So I don't know what the fuck to do here. I don't. Know thyself. enough to like fucking not listen to fucking, you know, any type of fucking compliment. You know, in my line of work, at least at my particular place, I could sell fucking 4 cars in a day, and it ain't shit. I come in the next day, get yelled at for like letting a customer go, and it's like, where's the fucking kudos? What, you want to attaboy for doing your job? That's the, you know what I mean? Like, I have seeked my whole life for validation from others. You know? I think I've wanted that more than getting loaded. And then, you know, I get loaded and I didn't need it. I get loaded and fucking, I don't give a fuck if you care. Like, if you, like, I'm too busy fucking in my own bullshit to even fucking worry about if this person likes me or not. I can remember going to these trap houses, and I go in with like a clean and sober mindset, you know, for like, let me rephrase that. I wasn't loaded and I wasn't insecure. I'd walk in there and they'd be like, fuck, he's here. And I mean, this isn't funny, but I was the guy that they, like, I can remember it was almost like a fucking intervention, you know? I think I've talked about this before, you know, in these videos. Motherfucker's like, you need to get help, bro. Somebody's nodding off on the side, wake up. Yeah, man, you need help, bro. It's not funny. It's kind of funny right now, but it's not funny. You know? But how do I get rid of that? I think yeah, so I lost something that really gave me the validation I wanted, which is fucking nice to me. All the way to like a complete flip-flop, and I'm this and I'm that. That really fucked with me a lot. It's fucking with me, but you know, I do believe that things happen the way they're supposed to, and so, you know, this is, I don't believe my higher power tests me. I hear people say, oh, this is a test, this is a test, this is a test. I don't think my higher power tests me. I think the other thing does, and how I'm going to react is the most important thing. You know, I reacted really bad when I knew it was kind of over. And I wasn't like, yeah, I reacted really bad. All I want is to fucking grow old with somebody and hold their hand. I see these old people, man. Fucking opens the door for her and she gets into the car. She barely can get any else her in. You can just tell how much he loves her. You know, like, I just want a long relationship with that, because that is like over time. You know that was like so many magic moments. And so all I want is that. That's not all I want. That's not what I need. What I need is to become the person that would be the person to be able to have that. And maybe that's what I need to really look at. Like that guy that helped her in the car, metaphorically speaking, what was he like his whole relationship? What kind of man was he to her? Maybe I need to focus more on that. Focus on being the best version of yourself so you can give that to the person instead of this person that still has a lot of work to do. Yeah. I'm not buying this early riser thing. I know that's not good for me. I'm looking at these fucking Powerball Mega Millions Lotto. That shit ain't good for me either. It's 8:28. Now it's 10 minutes fast. All things come together for the greater good. Through God, or for you guys through your higher power. All things good, all things bad, come together for the greater good. You got to have those things, the good and the bad. Then they have to come together. So you have to go through the bad, you have to go through the good, and then they come together. And then it's for the greater good. And then you look back and you say it was through your higher power. Maybe I need to realize that I got to go through all this. And then eventually there'll be a point where I looked at it, it came together. And then I'll enjoy that and look back and say, oh yeah, that was through my higher power. So maybe I need this. Because without the bad and only the good, then it's just only good things come together. And that's not how that works. Not good things come together. Good and bad come together. And then I get to look back and see that it was from my higher power. And then I'll have. That's all I got. Love you guys. I love you, Rodney. Whoever's watching this, I get like 1 view. So I don't know why I say guys. Love you, Rodney. It's going to be okay.